Cheers, and welcome back to Reels, Booze, and Bros, a.k.a. RB2. I'm your host, Jay. I have my co-host with me. Here's Brian, Kev. How you guys doing today?
Very well.
What's going on?
How you
Am
guys?
I on?
Yeah, no, you're on. Do you hear? Can you hear you guys?
I cannot hear me.
Can you not? I'm not getting feedback. Is it plugged in? Follow the magic cord to where it's.
I could hear
supposed to be.
Kev when he was on.
Yeah, I can hear Kev, but it might not. It's probably the headset that where he thinks where he might not be on. It may have gotten unhooked.
I can push something here.
So, let's see.
Hold on, I have to figure out where L is and where R are. Can you hear me now? Nope, I can't.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you either.
Can't
I can hear you, but not through the headphones.
Not through the headphones. Interesting.
Boo.
Let's try to
You can't take me anywhere.
pull you out. Let's just do this. We'll pull
Wait,
you out.
hold on. It was this end.
Oh, okay.
Alright, we're good.
Oh.
I swear to God, I'm not stupid.
And he's back.
All right. So now he can hear himself.
Technical
You got an idea what's going
difficulties.
on. I got to burp. It's hurting me so bad. I need to. Oh God! There we go.
Hey.
All right. So
There's some bass.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Just in time for me to put my headphones on so I can hear that.
All right, so boys, welcome back. It's been about a week since we had our last podcast, and Nick joined us. What a fucking pleasure there was. Nick joined us. It's been the original trio were back, and we did Team America World Police. So,
Instant classic.
has anyone tried any of that puppet sex from any of those moves? From that
No,
puppet
no
sex?
me gusta. No me gusta.
Kevin, what are your thoughts on Team America World Police?
So, it's like the best quote from Beetlejuice was the Deo song. The best quote from Team America World Police is the Team America song.
Yeah.
Yeah. First thing I think when I hear that movie is, fuck yeah.
I would play that for you, but
I know you did it last time.
I know. So I only got 4 spots.
Walmart.
on
Fuck
my-
yeah.
on my-
McDonald's. Fuck yeah.
on my soundboard, so I can't really.
What's the one I can't remember? They say something like, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was something stupid. It's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. So, all right. So,
I like your balls.
who do we go? Was it little kids the best character, or was it no? That was my opinion. The little kid in the beginning.
No,
French
the
kid.
best character had to be Kim Jong Un.
No, Kim Jong Il.
Kim Jong Il.
Kim
Yeah.
Jong Un is the latest.
Yeah,
tyrant
Kim
that's
Jong Il
going.
was the best character, hands down.
So,
He
okay. He was great. He was.
I'm so lonely.
All right, so let's move on for tonight's reel. We have a special treat for you guys, and it is.
My name is Gladiator.
That's right, Gladiator. But before we go on, let's go with the booze first. Kev brought this for us. Kev, you want to explain a little nifty beer we're drinking here tonight?
Yeah, so I got this last second on the way here, so no thought really went into it, but it's called Goats Go to Hell. It's from Ludlam Island Brewery. It says it's basically in Ocean View is what it's called, down in Cape May. So it says on the back, Ocean View, New Jersey.
Something like that.
I'll find it somewhere. There it is, Ocean View, yeah. I just looked at it, I thought the can with the goat, it says Goats Go to Hell, and I was like, oh, well, Gladiator, my signal, Unleash Hell, close enough.
Yeah, they unleash hell. They sacrifice goats and bulls whenever they're going to the.
A lot of people were going to hell in this movie.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of bad people.
Yes.
But it just says it's a Hellslager. I don't know what that means either. But it's as soon as I opened it, I was like, oh, this tastes really good. It's an easy drink. I think Jay already said he's almost done.
Yeah, I'm
with
just
this,
about done with
so-
this. I like this one a lot. It's very smooth, very crisp.
Yeah, very smooth.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it really has a distinct flavor to it. It just tastes good.
It's probably a step up from like a Miller Lite, Bud Light, and stuff like that. Just a little.
Yeah, this is an
I put it
easy.
in that range over there, but it's like a step up.
This is a beer you could drink all night long.
Yeah.
You're
Be
not
nice.
going to be like, oh.
Play some beer pong with it, things like that.
Yeah.
Some.
See how you feel the next day, but
Yeah, there's no. I mean, it's not a big percentage. It's 5%. There's no real aftertaste or anything like that. So it's. I feel like you could definitely like crush a few of these for the night.
Yeah,
You know,
you
you
can.
could. This could be a beer you could stick with all night.
I have to say my favorite part of the can is it says "Sheep go to heaven, goats go to hell." Cake. Thank you, Cake, for that wonderful quote on the can. I think there should be more quotes like that on beer cans. Don't know exactly who's saying them or where they're coming from, but I'll take it. All right. On to the movie. So, a little background as we always do. So, Gladiator is a 2000 epic historical drama. 2000. 22 years ago. Holy shit.
I remember watching in the movie theater.
Did I watch it with you? I don't remember.
I don't know. I saw it in the regular movie theater, and then I saw it in the $2 movie theater. So
I honestly can't remember if I saw it in the theater.
I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, so filmed, directed by Ridley Scott and written by David Franzioni, John Logan, and William Nicholson. The film was co-produced and released by DreamWorks Pictures and Universal Pictures. DreamWorks Pictures distributed the film North America. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Stars Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, Connie Nielsen, Rolf Moeller, Oliver Reed in his final role. I can't say his name. Damon Honsu, Derek Jacobi, John Shrapnel, Richard Harris, and Tommy Flanagan. Crowe portrays Roman General Maximus Decimus Meridius, who is betrayed when Commodus, the ambitious son of Emperor Marcus Aurelius, murders his father and seizes the throne. Reduced to slavery, Marcus becomes a gladiator and rises through the ranks of the arena to avenge the murders of his family and his emperor. Inspired by Daniel P. Mannix's 1958 book, Those About to Die, formerly titled The Way of the Gladiator. The film script, initially written by Franzoni, was acquired by DreamWorks and Ridley Scott signed on to direct the film. Let's see. Principal photography began in January 1999 before the script was completed. Very ambitious. They knew this was going to be something. So, I lost my place in my notes. So before the script was completed, wrapped up in May of that year with the scenes of ancient Rome shot over a period of 19 weeks in Fort Ricasola, Malta. The film's computer-generated imagery effects were created by British production company The Mill, who also created a digital body double for the remaining scenes involving Reed's character, Proximo, due to Reed dying of a heart attack during production.
Wow.
Yeah, so Proximo died in this. In real life. Just not in the movie. As well as just not in the movie. So, all right, and
No,
final
he
thing.
does in the movie.
He doesn't. I'm just saying, just not also in the movie. He does in real life too. So he really took that character like method acting to heart. I think he beat your heart out. I forgot his name. What's his nuts? Does all the method acting. Guy who plays Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, thank you, Daniel Day-Lewis. All right, so moving on. Gladiator premiered in Los Angeles on May 1st. Was released 2000. Was released theatrically in Australia on May 4th. United States on May 5th, and in the United Kingdom on May 11th. Reason why we do this, so let's go track back a little bit. So May 4th, we're May 5th today. It is, was it May 6th? May 7th, excuse me. We are doing blockbusters, plain and simple. This
Summer
is
blockbusters.
Summer blockbusters, and this is one of them that was one of the best blockbusters out there. So from here on out, we're going to be doing a bunch of blockbuster movies going on. Don't mind the door in the background. That was my dog being walked by my wife. Thank you. Hi, Katie. Love you. Happy Mother's Day tomorrow. As we're moving on with the next couple of weeks for the rest of the podcast episodes, we will be doing blockbusters, and so we decided on this one. A fantastic pick to start off with there. Okay, the film has received generally positive reviews from critics who praise acting, particularly for Crowe's and Phoenix's performances. Scott's direction, visuals, screenplay, action sequences, musical score, and production values. It was a box office success, grossing $187.7 million in the United States and $457 million worldwide, making it the second highest grossing film of 2000. The film won multiple awards, including 5 at the Academy Awards, blah, 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 blah. You can look up on that. I'm not in the mood to read all this stuff. Since its release, Gladiator has also been credited with reinventing the sword and sandal genre and rekindling interest in entertainment centered around the cultures of ancient Greece and Rome, such as the television series Rome, which was fantastic as well. I saw that. But I think the one we're going to talk about later on is something called Spartacus. We might have a special guest on there. See if he's available to talk about this. Okay. Background, all said and done. It was a lot of background on that one. That's most of the time we don't do a lot of background, but this one deserved it. All right. Metacritic, IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes review scores. Rotten Tomatoes on the tomato meter, 78%, 87% audience score. IMDb, 8.5 out of 10. Metacritic, Metascore of 67 out of 100. User score, 8.8 out of 10.
Wow.
As always, the critics, go fuck yourself. What do you guys think? Huh?
You would think for a movie that got so many Oscar nominations and wins, like Crowe wins for Best Actor. This is up for Best Picture, and Joaquin Phoenix was probably up for Best Supporting Actor that year.
Yeah.
Like, they were, and probably Best Director, too. Like, it was, like, you would think critics would have been like, oh, this movie's got to be like a high 8 or even 9, just for critics. But for me, personally, this is my number 2 favorite movie of all time, only behind Braveheart. But this is a close second. So for me, this is probably about like a 9.8 on the scale. I love this movie. I love Russell Crowe in this movie. And the one who really kind of won me over was Joaquin Phoenix. Like, he was in a couple of things before this, but then all of a sudden this is like his breakout role. And now you look at him and he's probably one of the best actors of our generation. And Russell Crowe was, for a time, did some really good stuff, and then he's just kind of like faded away. I don't know if that's the right thing, but he's not at the top of where he once was. Joaquin is still an A-list actor, no matter what.
Yeah. Well, Joaquin went out and did took a break from acting and did some rapping.
Yeah, well, he's he's certifiable nuts, but whatever. But the man fucking can act, and I love him in the Johnny Cash movie.
Walk the Line.
Walk the Line. Yeah, he was unbelievable in that role as well.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this movie has everything. It's got it's got the action that you want to see. It's got the the war story. It's got the revenge part.
There's a love story. There's a father story.
It's a twisted love story because he's in love with his sister. The father part. There's just every little aspect that you could want of it. And then how the movie was shot was beautiful. Like just the opening scene itself. The digital stuff with the Coliseum, I thought was fucking unbelievable, and especially at that time. And even now, I still look at it. I'm like, wow, it still looks pretty good. So it for me, it ages very well, and this is something that I think will continue to age well.
Okay, well, Kev, what are your thoughts on Gladiator?
So I do like this movie. It's not
Strength
for
and
whatever
Honor.
reason it's not like up there for like all-time greats for me. I was very late seeing this movie. I did not see it in a movie theater. I think I told you guys this story that was advertised as like the must-see movie of the year, and I was like, well, I'm not going to see it. So,
Yeah, you and your emo years, you crazy bitch. Yeah.
No, I was too hammered at that. 2000, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. It's never been a movie that for me is like stuck out there as being like it's a good film. Like I like it. If it's on, I'll watch it. But like you mentioned, Braveheart as being up there also. I would take that 10 times out of 10 over this movie. So. But it's still great. Just because I personally am not that interested in it, I can still say it's like objectively still a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
It just never rang that high for me. Basically, it's probably because I saw it much later afterwards.
I gotcha.
So it didn't really come out, but it's still good. I enjoyed rewatching it.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable.
Has a lot of. It doesn't have a lot of. I shouldn't say that. It doesn't have like a lot of like great quotes style like the comedies we've done where there's just lines everywhere.
Oh
But
yes.
the few quotes that are in here that are good are pretty good. That's why movies actually hire like actual good screenwriters to do stuff like that for big films. So.
That's right. Yeah. Who
That's
need?
what I'd say. I'd probably agree kind of with the user score like closer to the 8 range. I wouldn't go like you said the Metacritic score is like 67 or something. That seems like you said incredibly low for such a well received film. Basically.
Yeah, those are the critics on somewhere, and they're fucking horrendous. So what's going on? So all right. So for me, I'd say watching this movie still gives me goosebumps. I love one of the top movies, as Brian said earlier. It's in my top 10. I really have to do a list of what's going on, of what's going to be there. But yeah, this is one of the ones in the top 10, and this holds a special place for me, and I'm pretty sure for Brian as well, because our father loved this movie. Before we started the podcast, we were just talking about on how we actually first got when it came out to DVD, and we had the surround sound. We finally got it. And first of all, it took like a couple days to get the surround sound going. So we really appreciate like the opening scene and the soundtrack going on because all you hear. We
heard it over
and over. We're trying to figure this out. Each one of us is behind there trying to hook up wires, figure what's going on, and you just hear the opening scene. And then our dad, what does the dad say? Like,
you could hear,
you
could hear the not the swords.
The arrows. He's like, this is amazing. You can hear the arrows in the background.
Sounds like they're right behind you.
Yeah. So we really got to really appreciate it, especially in the soundtrack too as well. It's amazing the composing of it. It's every key note hits perfectly. So again, I agree with you, Brian. From start to finish, this movie rocks. This is a movie where I cannot pick up from one spot. I see it, I'm gonna have to start from the beginning and just go from it there because it's tough. Most movies I can pick up, I can watch from there, but this one I want to watch from the beginning.
I get it. I'm the same way too, but like I've seen it so many times where I'm like, if it's on TV, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just continue watching from where it is. I don't get me wrong, I would still love to go back and start from the beginning, but if it's on, I'm not stopping. I'm just going straight through.
Yeah, go straight through. So I agree, and I love Rome. I wish they would have shown more. I like how they digitally recreated it, and you get an idea of like, wow, is this really what it is? I said the Colosseum and everything else. You're going like, what the fuck else is going on? Because everything they always depict in, like when it comes to Rome, it's always the outskirts of fighting wars, things like that. But you never see inside like an aerial view of like a drone or something going on. So, excuse me. So, that's it. Okay. That's what we got for our reviews. Go watch it. Again, from my score, 11.5 out of 10. So all right, so let's go on. Favorite scenes. What do you got, Brian? What you got for us for favorite scenes there?
All right, let's go with, like we said, it's going to have to start off right from the beginning, the opening scene, the opening battle. I just love the overview of the shot, like when they're just about to start the whole entire battle, and they're sending, they're shooting the catapults over and everything. It's just so cool. Like, it's just so panoramic and everything like that. It's just fucking unbelievable. Just look at it like the weapons and technology that they had at the time and how far ahead the Romans were compared to they're fighting the Gauls, right?
Yeah,
the Germans.
yeah.
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 So there was that.
Yeah.
Then not only that, this obviously you meet Matt. Nice. Yeah.
Well, as he looking through, throwing beers over at the. Actually,
So
I need
you,
another one to finish this other.
You end up meeting Maximus, and then how his whole command of the army and how well respected he is. Yeah, he is the general, but it's like he's looked upon as more than just a general, because you could see like he's one for them and he's willing to fight and die for all of them.
And the first part where he's walking through the troops, you see a bunch of guys just looking at us like, oh, Maximus, this guy rolls.
Yeah, pretty much. So like he's a fucking rock star, and it's just, it is. And then
When I was watching, actually, there's something I had to go baback. I think that's around the point where he has one of the quotes I was writing down. But there's some guy just like giving him like a goofy look, like,
yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
I know him.
But even then, the emperor, fucking Marcus Aurelius, even shows he's like, no, they're cheering for you, not for me. Because then when he does put his hand up at the end, and he's the applause are so much more for Maximus than they are for the emperor.
Yep.
It's like this is our guy. Like, we're gonna fucking die for this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one on the battlefield up there with them.
Yeah.
Fucking taking off heads, chopping off nuts, throwing swords all over the place. Remember, the blade sticks.
Yeah. So I go for my next scene would be, I guess we would call it the death of Caesar. So I'll give that whole like 10 minutes leading up to it, to the actual death. With Maximus being presented I'm going to make you the emperor because you have to be the one to give it back to the people and give it to the Senate.
Yeah.
To him,
you're not corrupted and things like that.
Yeah. To Caesar basically explaining to his daughter, like, you're gonna have to, help your brother because he's not gonna be the fucking king. He's not a good man, and obviously, like, we can't let him be this guy.
Your brother's a bit nuts. He wants to bang you. So
yeah, and then obviously the letdown, that communist of getting the news of him not being the emperor, and then he just like breaks down and he's like, I got virtue, I got this.
Yeah. You sent me those seven virtues. If I don't have any of those, actually, the scene's playing on right now there. So, and this is where you like really come to like hate him and how much you think, wow, fucking Joaquin Phoenix.
You do that to Richard Harris.
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. And this is like
he's
you
such a
said,
cunt. You hate him.
Like you said, this is where you're just like, fuck this guy, man. God damn it. He's such a whiny little bitch, but he plays it so goddamn well. Uh-huh. So yeah, and then he just fucking like, suffocates his father to death. Like fucking.
If you would have loved only me.
Yeah. So then my next scene will be leading into right after that. I guess I'm calling it like Maximus's escape.
It's only that you can have.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Escape.
Yeah,
that's what
so
I have
obviously
as well.
he's Commodus knows that he wasn't that Maximus was supposed to be the emperor. Yeah. And then, so he knows, they all know what's going on, but no one's saying anything. And then, Commodus, sentenced Maximus to death. And then he's, they ride out till dawn the next morning. And then, he asks for the soldier's death. Yep. So, which, down on his knees and put the sword into the back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Around the back of his neck, right through it. Oh.
So, he's obviously, he knows the tricks of the trade over there. Yeah. And then he just, I don't know, what does he take out, like 8 dudes?
He fucking headbutt. So as he hears the guy lift up his arm, he fucking grabs up and headbutts him in the back, like holds the sword in the other guy, and then the third guy starts to fight. That's when he says the sword sticks due to the ice, the frost.
Then he just launches the one sword.
Yeah, he throws a sword on another guy on a horse.
Tremendous accuracy.
Yeah.
Well, you saw it in their battle.
John
He,
Elway back there.
Yeah.
Keeper Jonathan.
You're a regular Roger Staubach over there.
the fucking button hooked. Anyway,
You're still tied to that.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, so it's a double throw. All right, anyway,
So yeah, so there was that scene. You know, let's see. I'll go to the next one. Would be
it would have to be all the gladiator battles in this movie without.
yeah. So it,
like you can't name them. All of them were fantastic. There's a so.
okay, so basically, I call it the underground gladiator events. So this is basically when they're in Africa, like they're in Morocco.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and he's like Maximus meets Juba for the first time, and you know they're partnered together, and you know they survive, and one's a red, one's a yellow, and it's like Maximus doesn't give a shit because he just wants to die. He just wants to be part of his with his family. Then all of a sudden, right after that battle, he rises to power in the whole entire.
Yeah,
he wins everyone's respect because he's a fucking man.
Yeah.
And then you know he becomes a top gladiator there, and then he's like. Same thing. He goes in. Next thing you know, he's fighting 10 guys in there, and he fucking beats the shit out of all of them. And he's like, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll leave that. I'll go to when they finally get to Rome, the Battle of Carthage. So, Maximus, you know, is in the Colosseum for the first time, leads his group of guys, and how that whole battle plays out. You know, like where they're outnumbered and the other ones are on the horses and all that sort of shit. And he pulls his old, you know, not his old tricks, but he knows, you know, because he's in the army.
Yeah,
he's a general.
yeah,
He's
he was
just
a
pulled
general.
everything together, and you know, he just becomes the star. And Proximo's telling him, you know, how you have to, you know, win the crowd, and obviously he does.
Win your crowd, win your freedom.
But one of the coolest things in that whole entire scene is like when he's going solo, and then when Juba tosses him the sword, the fucking one fucking time, and just boom, you know, catches it and just flips it around. It was like, oh man, it's so fucking cool. But then, then he just like literally kills everybody else, which then leads into the Maximus speech.
Yeah.
So after the Battle of Carthage, when you know they come down and talk to him and the Emperor, and I don't know how they don't fucking know that it's him. Like, god damn it! Like you can't tell his goddamn voice, or you can't tell by looking at him that it's him. But
Well,
Yeah.
Well, it's been years since they've seen him, so years have taken place after this. I'd say a good it's not like it's like, hey, last
is
Tuesday.
it supposed to be years?
The fact that he wins the first one and then
Does he say anything at first, or doesn't he just turn his
He's like,
back?
my name is Gladiator.
And then he just turns
yeah, I
around,
just
right?
told you,
Always
my name is Gladiator. Hold on, he's
My name is Gladiator.
yeah. Then he turns back. Yeah,
How dare you turn your back to me, slave?
yeah. So, that he hasn't seen like fucking Maximus in, I'd probably say 2 years, because the fact he just think him traveling after his family after he escapes, he travels back to go home. It's like that's why he takes 2 horses so he can like go as far as he can, and then he go. It's probably like a 2-day ride.
What's up?
What do you think? He's going back to Rome from like
From Germany?
No, he's going to Spain.
Is it going back to Spain? Is that where his
Yeah,
family was
that's
in?
why they call him Spaniard too.
I thought it was just Spaniard. I don't know where exactly he said where his house was.
No, I'm pretty sure that he's from Spain. That's where. He goes.
Okay,
It's
so
when you were saying, I was like, this is a fucking long ass ride.
yeah, so then so let's this time frame going there. Then wherever he goes from there, they find him from fucking, I don't even know where. Because he went from Spain. From there, he goes all the way to fucking Morocco. Come on, now.
Yeah,
What do you think? It's last week?
Yeah,
He goes
I
to
didn't think it was a week. I'm
it was
thinking.
about
I'm
2
thinking.
weeks.
It's,
No, it was.
From northern Germany.
It was Christmas
basically,
break.
to Spain to somewhere in North Africa.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that's why
I was going by.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be maybe
They may have taken a ship. You think they're taking a ship from Europe
Probably.
down to?
probably.
I assume to sell the stuff.
I was gonna say it probably was. I was gonna say about a year, you know. But I mean,
Yeah, lots happened in there.
because everything at that time frame, because they said the first year he wanted to dedicate all those games to the father.
Yes.
So
yes.
that's all right. Well, whatever.
Oh,
Let's,
you know, that's a good point.
So all right, whatever. So then the speech, obviously, but then the whole like how the speech is fucking unbelievable, but just the way the two play against each other and Commodus like really just shows like his acting chops, I guess, and he was just like how upset he was, and he was just like the way he makes that face, and he's just like, so he's like, you know, like like
He's got a bitch lip.
yeah, but yeah, he was unbelievable in that scene. For as good as Russell Crowe was, Joaquin Phoenix was just as good, if not better, because he had to play up against that. So I thought that scene was absolutely amazing. Then we'll go to the champion versus champion battle.
Yes, the former guy.
Maximus versus Tigris.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
with the tigers in there.
Yeah.
The Bengal tigers coming in.
Quick reference. They do that in what is it? We did the movie. Just had it.
Oh man, you came with where they fight each other and there's
No. They talk about it in This Is the End. How much Taco Bell could you get? And then we saw Gladiator, and I sharted. I got scared. The tiger scared me.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
yeah, the tiger jumps out at him. That's like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Anyway, but that whole battle was fucking cool in a way. He like every time he defies the Emperor, like he just fucking like the way he doesn't kill Tigris or whatever you fucking say his name. With the whole like axe down on the foot, and the guy's just like, oh shit, and then just fucking comes up with like a knee or uppercut or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, kill, and then he's just like, they get the signal to kill, and he's like, nah, fuck you, I'll do whatever I want. And then Maximus the Merciful.
Yeah.
So that was always cool, and how the whole crowd is just on his side the whole entire time.
Win your crowd, win your freedom.
Yeah, and then it goes to, for me, it's the final battle. The lead up into it, and the actual battle. The battle itself was just kind of whatever, but I think more the lead up to the battle.
Yes.
Like when they're downstairs, and then Commodus fucking like shivs him.
He knows he can't beat him, and they're going back and forth. The line he says about what his father said. Maximus says about
I once
Marcus
knew a man.
Aurelius and things like that. Yeah, oh yeah, it's such a good. Yeah, the battle was meh. You knew Maximus was gonna win.
Yeah,
but
he's bleeding out as it's going
Yeah,
down, and he's just, and then eventually he gets his sweet death, and he sees his family.
Yeah, he goes there after he commands whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
So, all right, Kev, what you got?
Looking at it, I have pretty much everything Bryce said. I know I have at least one thing. Well, I have two actually things that he didn't have. I'm a bad person, so the scene it's on right now, I think it's not a happy scene, but it's still very well shot. It's the scene where he first comes to the estate and sees the dead wife and kid. So it's an important scene for the film. They keep referencing it over and over again. It's beautifully shot for the most part.
He's got a nasty
Yes,
boogie.
yes, especially when those bodies are burnt to death and hanging.
Well, crucified, they say. That's what I thought at first. They said they did crucify them. So.
Okay.
He's got a nasty boogie going. Just see that thing.
Oh yeah. See that thing and hit the ground. Oh yeah, there it is. There we go. Yeah, yeah.
Terrible cry.
Yeah, that's an ugly cry.
Russell Crowe's not a crier.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Making songs and fighting around the world.
Come on, Tugger.
So I have this, and then right before the final fight, also I'm gonna go with the failed overthrow scene where they're in the catacombs underneath, where they're keeping all.
Yeah.
They figure out what's going on. He's trying to escape, and his buddy gets hanged and shot by arrows at the same time.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. It's not Quintus. It was basically his like
his second in command, 'cause when we just
his
saw the
surf
scene
or something
where-
like that. Yeah.
I don't know if he's a surf, but he's got to be some high up guy.
Well, he's
the
high
one
up-
when they say that, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna take you out. He's the one Maximus tells him, like, no, hide back. Don't say
Yeah,
anything."
yeah. He asked him like when he before he asked him that question. Cicero. He's like, well, it's like, do you enjoy your job or something like that? Yeah, it's that. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Sometimes.
Thank you, sir.
What it says, but something along those lines. Oh, gracias.
Yeah.
Those are the only two that Bry didn't have that I went with. So, although I think I actually have. You had the "Are You Not Entertained" fight in the first there. I went with the first overall fight that ever happened. Just because I feel like that's the first time you see how awesome and violent the Gladiator fights are going to be, basically. And after you've seen the movie once, you know it's only going to get better when they go to the bigger arenas and things. Well, the bigger arena, they only do the one, really. So.
You're talking about when he's partnered with Juba, right?
Yeah, that's the first
Yeah.
one.
I mentioned that.
Second one-
Yeah, I
second
mentioned
one's-
that.
oh,
But
actually,
yeah.
You mentioned the "Are You Not Entertained" one is the focus, I thought, so that's why.
Yeah, no, I lumped them together. You know, it's just
All right, yeah. So I mean, like
Morocco.
Like I said, I'm sure we'll be talking more about the actual fights at some point anyway. So, but yeah, those are the only two scenes that I had to add. So yeah, basically the fighting scenes you had before were all great.
top
I gotcha.
notch.
So what else you got? Anything else you got there,
No,
Kev?
it
Or
was
is
the
that-
only, like I said, I had basically everything.
Yeah, exactly the same. Because this was, it's very tough. Obviously, the Gladiator scenes are great, and there were smaller scenes in between that are pretty good. I like, as stated earlier, I like when Commodus is riding into Rome. Not so much I give two shits about Commodus, but it's just a grand scheme for more for how they depict Rome and how cause no one's really seen like they get ideas of what's going on. I felt like this was like. It had the budget for it to show what Rome should look like, and they do a pan view of everything he's riding through, like, and there's all the people out, and like in these buildings, and aqueduct, the arena, like the palace, the Senate, where it's at, and shit like
Just
that.
shows you how advanced Rome was.
like, I wanna
at
know
the
more,
time compared to what everybody else was.
It was awesome. I love that scene just because it's
Yeah, that's a great quick little scene, and I also like, and I could lump them all in together because it happens in every single one. When Maximus, they show like the respect that he gets from everybody right off the bat. So like when he's in Morocco or when he's in Rome, and all the rest of the fucking slaves and gladiators are just like fall in love with this guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's our leader. You know,
At the
and-
beginning of this scene that's coming up when he is first basically being auctioned as a slave, he just sits there and doesn't say a word.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to say. I was like, oh, this guy must be a badass.
yeah,
yeah, Mark of the Legion on him.
yeah.
Must have been a stray.
You sold me queer giraffe.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Honorable mention there. Proxima
Yeah.
grabs this guy's nuts. I think he was actually in that show as well, where we might be talking about Spartacus, the guy on the left. I want to.
He may have been. He's been in a bunch of
He's
stuff.
been a bunch of like shady shit. He's always a shady dude.
Yeah.
Just look at him, shady fucking guy. All right, so I want to go right to the end. After that, when Juba honors Maximus at the end in the arena, he buries the two things, and he's just like, "I'll meet you. We'll see each other again, but not yet, not yet." So I love that because there was a great friendship they had. Because like
He was a perfect partner in crime.
he was great. Even though I liked the other guy who
Cicero?
was like, not Cicero. He became Hercules in the TV show. Not or like
he was also he's the one from
yeah. He was in from Beer Fest too.
yeah, he's in Beer Fest.
Yeah, Unbex. He's like drinking the ram piss. And,
Yeah.
Oh shit, it is that guy.
Yeah.
but he kind of became like he was
What's
not
his name?
better friends.
What's his name?
I have
Hagen.
Hagen, yeah, yeah. He was the trainer of all them and stuff. But yeah, Juba was a better friend than he was, but it was just nice because
Yeah.
he also like respected him and followed.
Well, at first he was like, "Who's this fucking guy
Yeah.
trying to take my title?" sort of thing.
You gonna fight or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just like basically fucks him up. So, all right, yeah, that's what I had for my scenes. And what else? Okay, so moving on. Yeah, because we talked about everything about there. So okay, favorite quotes. Well, let's see. We're gonna have to go. Who wants to go first? Kev or Brian? We went twice already. Kev, what you got on there? Brian's gonna steal everyone's thunder.
No, you can let Brian go first,
Brian?
so I don't steal his thunder.
All right. So obviously we'll go with the speech as one. I'll let Jay read that because I'm sure that's what he's waiting for.
No, we-
So we'll leave it at that.
well, that's not the one I was gonna come back to afterwards. So.
Okay.
Because he has a couple of good fucking quotes that he says there. So, but if you want me to come,
All right. So I love strength and honor.
yes,
That's one of it. I have it tattooed on me. So, are you not entertained? Let's see. One right from the beginning in the first battle. Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity. I just love that part. Then to the end.
shut up, Alexa. You said echo. So this one's echo in this room over here.
Oh,
the other one's
gotcha.
all Alexa's. Echoes in eternity. I hope they got picked up.
Another one. And these are all Maximus. I knew a man who once
couldn't
said,
tell.
"Death smiles at us all. All a man can do is smile back." Fucking love that. Let's see. The next one is between Maximus and Cicero. Maximus talking to him. He's like, "You don't find it hard to do your duty?" Cicero, sometimes I do what I want to do. The rest of the time, I do what I have to do.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's what
simple,
Kevin and I
you
were
know.
just talking about for scenes, like when we're talking about Cicero, when he's about because like it's basically he's asking his guys like I just got told to be the emperor. Like, am I gonna should I fucking do this? Like, basically it's the role that Cicero is because he doesn't want to do it. Same thing Cicero is, so it plays a bigger meaning and everything else. And I really like that he because that's why he'll be even great leader because he looks to these people, like, he knows I need good people around me. They're just not slaves or what's going on. Yeah. All right. Go on.
Let's see. This is from Proximo. We're but shadows and dust. Shadows and dust.
Yeah.
Another one from him. Listen to me. Learn from me. I was not the best because I killed quickly. I was the best because the crowd loved me. Win the crowd, and you will win your freedom. And then is this one? I think this is from Proximo as well. Ultimately, we're all dead men.
Yeah, that's him.
Sadly, we cannot chase how. But what we can decide is how we meet the end in order that we are remembered as men.
Yeah, I have that one too. I like that one. So
Yeah.
it was already going.
I think it was those two really. Those are the only quotes that I have, and I just feel like they're really the ones who were quote driven. I don't think Communist really had anything that was.
Noteworthy.
Yeah.
I actually have one from. Okay, so Kev, go. I want to see what you got from.
It was one of the funniest things that happened in the movie when he first arrives at the battle. Have I missed it? Have I missed the battle?
Father, have I missed the war?
He's like, did I miss it? Have I missed the battle?
Yeah,
And someone yells, I was like, you've missed the war. I think it's probably his dad.
It
Yeah,
is
it's actually his dad.
You've missed the war.
Yeah, it's like fucking George W. Bush from Robot Chicken Show. I'm here, guys. Yeah.
And I just saw I have another quote from actually right before that. It says, it's the brother and sister in the caravan. Do you think he's really died? He's been dying for 10 years. So I just have a couple more. I know we'll leave the big quote for Jay. But
Thank you.
Even the first battle also, on my signal, unleash hell.
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah.
Yes.
And right before the brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity. I've had the speech he gives right before that also. So 3 weeks from now, I'll be harvesting my crops. Imagine where you will be, and it will be so. Hold the line, stay with me. If you find yourself alone, riding in the green fields with the sun on your face, do not be troubled. For you're in Elysium, and you are already dead. And for some reason, that gets a big cheer out of it.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. You're like, yeah.
They need to read the room a little bit better. Like you said, they just love Maximus. He's talking to us.
Yeah.
He's talking.
I don't know what he's saying, but fuck yeah.
So I have there's one guy who does not live very long. It's actually one of these slaves that's coming up also. He says he's a scribe, and he says, I speak 7 languages. And the big guy goes, good, tomorrow you can scream in 7 languages. And just one more I have also. It's after the first battle with Maximus also, where just him and like random people are talking. One guy goes, still alive? He goes, yep, still alive. He goes, wow, the gods must have a sense of humor. I wonder, when I saw it, I was like, I wonder how often that happens, probably after all these old like priests. He's like, that guy's still alive? Oh yeah, there he is.
Oh.
No, that's when he. That's when he was talking to Quintus.
Was it Quintus he was talking
Yeah,
to?
yeah, yeah. Because that's when they're in the tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, no shit, you made it. Wow.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. It's like, wow, Johnny died over that. Can't fucking.
Quintus knew he
Did you
fucking
see what happened
survived.
to Bob? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he fucking his head went that way, but you fucking survived. Get the fuck out of here. That's
And like I said at the beginning, it's not like a comedy where it's very quote driven, but the quotes that do stand out are pretty good.
Yes.
There you go.
I say. All right, so it's my time to shine. All right, so obviously the quote everyone's been waiting for. So Maximus removes his helmet and turns around to face Commodus. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix legions, and loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. And the crowd goes crazy. I had to remove my crowd noise on the.
Does the crowd go? No, I think they just go silent because they're just like.
I don't fucking know.
What the fuck? But everyone like.
People have no clue who
Yeah,
that is.
but yeah.
first
no,
of all,
Who's this guy talking?
no,
Yeah.
like the only ones who really like
He's speaking
are
in English. None of us speak English.
like yeah, the ones who know are like obviously obviously Commodus, Quintus, and Lucilla or
Yeah.
Lucille, whatever. her
Yeah,
name is.
Lucilla, I think.
Yeah. So
Something like that,
I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Lucilla and
Lucilla?
Lucius was the previous
Lucius.
husband, or Lucius.
Yeah, but he's
No,
dead.
the son is
Yeah,
the
he's
son
dead.
is Lucius, right?
No, yeah, the son's
Well,
Lucius.
wasn't the father Lucius also?
Probably.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? He's
He's
dead.
named
Yeah,
after
yeah,
his
yeah,
father?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
that. So.
But everyone was just like, and then a couple of the senators were like, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they got an idea.
Well,
Oh yeah,
well,
because
okay.
two of them were there at the battle,
Yeah,
and they
'cause
had
he
an idea.
asks- He's like, how come he's still alive?
Yeah.
The guy's like, wow, I'm fucking fired.
Oh, this review's
Sorry,
gonna
boss.
suck coming
I
up.
dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, really big. So, all right, and so here I have a communist quote. This is when they're at the end where they're about to go up and fight. The general who became a slave, the slave who became a gladiator, the gladiator who defied an emperor. Striking story, but now people want to know how the story ends. Only a famous death will do. And what could be more glorious than to challenge the emperor himself in the great arena? Come here, brother. Stab me. I just knew I'm missing some more line stuff there in between.
You shall fight me?
So, and then because that basically
Yeah.
explains the entire movie, what happened, and that one line right there. Lucilla, whatever you want to call her name. So, today I saw a slave become more powerful than the emperor of Rome. So there's her. Obviously, what we do in life echoes in eternity, and then I would say the Max says, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not what you were here for?" Then I threw the crowd in there, and they're just like, "Spaniard, Spaniard!" He threw a fucking sword at someone, and then yells at the crowd like, "Who's the fucking?"
Didn't he throw it at Proxima?
Yeah, I think he threw a Proximo, and then he fucking yells it, and he yells at the crowd. It's like that dude from the Mets who says basically, and they're like, but the crowd loves him instead.
Tatis? Is
Yeah,
that what
yeah.
it
Who
was?
remember the guy who's yelling back at the crowd and shit like that?
It was Tatis.
Yeah, and then the crowd's like, "Boo, fuck you!" But you know what? The Max is like, "Spaniard, fuck this guy's fucking crazy through his sword."
It always
It's like when the band throws like some of their equipment into the crowd's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it always goes
He almost
silent.
killed me with a sword, but I got it.
yeah. They're fighting over
I'm
for
gonna
it.
sell this on eBay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he throws his sword into the crowd at Proximo. Crowd goes silent, and there's always that one person. Instead of the slow clap, it's just like Spaniard, and the whole crowd just loves it. They're like, "Yeah, Spaniard!"
yeah. They're like, "Fucking yes!" So that was great. What else? Strength and obviously that and the Proxima quote you just said, and then the Juba one I said at the end. And now we are free. I will see you again, but not yet. Not yet. Just gonna smack my microphone. Yeah, as Kev said earlier, this is not a quote-heavy movie like other ones where it's just like the quotes are like making you laugh your ass off. But when they speak, it's impactful.
Yeah, I feel like this is more story driven and not scene driven, but like scenery driven than quote.
Yes, yeah. But like you grab quotes, like we as the viewers will grab quotes from here on out and continue on. Because like, yeah, for the longest time we would say strength and honor, and then I still say to this day, are you not entertained? Like, come on, like how is it not go? And then everyone always tries to say the stupid. My name is Maximus Decimus Aurelius and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
blah. You did this.
You lose credibility when you say the name wrong, and you're just like,
Oh
"Ah,
yeah, and then they just go on to like a fucking
It's not
tangent.
even your name.
It's kind of like the Marshall Mathers song where it's like
Mom spaghetti.
yeah, and it's blah, 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 Mom spaghetti, and you go back into the rap. You try to get back into the rap. It's exactly like that. You start off strong, and you forget. You just humble a bunch of lines, and you're like Mom spaghetti, and the same thing. It's like true emperor Marcus, and then you murdered my father, my kid, and my wife, and I will have my revenge. And it's like, yeah, I said the quote. So.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of Mom's Spaghetti. I forget the rest, but I will have my vengeance.
Basically, so those are the ones that continue on. All right, let's take a quick break here. Let's try to reach someone on the phone. Let's see and see if he's available. We'll send out a text to him and see if he's good to talk to. He's working, got a little stressful job going on tonight. So we'll figure that out. All right, break here, and then we'll come back. All right, everyone? Cheers. You have never been there. You have not seen what it has become. I am dying, Maximus. When a man sees his end, he wants to know where was some purpose to his life. How will the world speak my name in years to come? Will I be known as the philosopher, the warrior, the tyrant? Or will I be the emperor who gave Rome back to her true self? There was once a dream that was Rome. You could only whisper it. That anything more than a whisper, it would vanish. It was so fragile. And I fear that will not survive the winter. Okay, cheers. Welcome back to Reels, Booze, and Bros, a.k.a. RB2. All right, let's wrap up this podcast. Where do we last leave off? Now we're moving on to the awards, ladies and gentlemen. The best part. So let's go with the best quote that we're going to go on with here. Kenan, what do you guys think? What do you think? Let's round table this out. So it's very tough because we stated earlier that hit the speech, the reveal of him being awesome. It's great, but I don't think there's very few people who actually get that right. Mom spaghetti. Yeah. So,
I think that's probably the best quote. All right, so
it's the most badass quote in this entire movie.
yeah, definitely the most memorable one.
Yes, you're just like,
but
fuck yeah.
The one that I really like that I think speaks to me the most is I knew a man who once said, "Death smiles at us all. All a man can do is smile back."
Yeah, but that's not tattooed on you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I love that quote. And then obviously strength and honor is just, obviously something that we used to say to each other. We still kind of do, but not as much.
Yeah.
But
it's been a while. We just not bringing it back. It's been a while since this movie, actually.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, those are the two that really speak to me the most. But the most memorable one is definitely the speech.
Oh, yeah, the speech. Kev, what do you think?
So the speech is the most memorable, although, excuse me, you can make the argument it's not that memorable if people never get the quote right.
It's true. It actually is true.
But the other quote that I think is memorable and much more useful and easy to do is just, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah, exactly.
Are you not entertained? If I was good at anything, I would say that all the time.
Yeah. Actually, that's the one I have because
There you go.
I've said that numerous times. Like I feel like that's the one I carry on a little bit more. I haven't said it in a while, but yes, I think "Are you not entertained?" is probably one of the first thing I think of this movie. It's like Gladiator. Oh, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I want to throw a fucking sword at you. And then the crowd, Spaniards! Come on. Fucking stupid people.
He just killed a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even the guy in the ring. I mean, when he threw the sword.
Yeah, he's... Oh, God.
Assumption of risk. Can't play baseball in a baseball game.
Exactly. So that's what's going to happen. Look at this guy's eyebrows. Fantastic. Like, I love him. But he's from the Senate, I think. Oh, no, he's the announcer guy.
Yeah,
That's
he's
right.
the announcer.
He doesn't even need that wig. He just grow those eyebrows out.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, he covered his. All right.
Grouch.
It looks like kind of like Oscar the Grouch a little bit. All right, so best scene. For me, there was like the toss up. I would say the opening war scene, or when Gladiator, the second fight, as in the that they show. The Gladiator fight of him in like Morocco, it's like 5v1. He just like goes like ham on everybody. Then fucking actually and throws a fucking sword into the crowd and everything. Proximo, we established that, but I like him throwing into the crowd. He's considered part of the crowd. That's just me. So they're very, very close. I might have to go with the opening war scene because just a smidge better because of Dad. Like the arrows flying. So.
Yeah. So that I was up. That's one for me. And then the other one is the Battle of Carthage leading into the speech. That whole 10 minutes is fantastic.
Because then when he's talking, he's like, "Has anyone else been in the army?" The one guy was like, "I served with you underneath." He's like, "Good."
I served with you at Vindavona.
Yeah.
Maybe they bring that up before the battle.
Yeah.
Any of you guys know what you're doing?
Yeah, exactly. It's the moment as you see fucking everyone coming out. Like,
oh shit, we're fighting. Shit, I should ask
Yeah.
the guys if they know. What
yeah,
doing.
you guys.
So that whole battle Carthage in the Colosseum is fantastic. That whole 10, 15 minutes. Because even after it, and he comes down, and all the other fucking like slaves are just like they part way and let him go through it because he's now like the fucking leader of the slaves, and they're like Maximus,
Yes,
Everything is great about
very
that.
impactful. The fact that I can see because like speaking from the Gladiator point, so the first matches are like in this shitty fucking backdoor Gladiator stuff like that.
Yeah,
Wh-
yeah. Triple A.
yeah, it's like way below AAA. It's almost it's like high school baseball.
OTB.
And so actually the first, as always, we have the movie in the
I
background.
got 2 queer giraffe on the big guy over there.
They don't fuck. They sit around and eat and shit like that. Kevin's gonna spill his beer again. He's about to spit it out. Actually,
That would not be a good beer to have go out the nose.
it's that coconut. All right, so off topic. So this is like a huge upgrade. So now, like obviously they're in Rome, the bigger stadium going on. The more people, it's like who was it? It's like Brendan Fraser in his baseball movie stepping up on the diamond for the Yankees for the first time.
Oh, the scout.
Yeah, the scout. Yeah, you like that? Throw it on here. So exactly what it is. And,
I don't want to do this anymore.
91 straight.
and then as we go on, you see, Maximus takes control as the general he is. Everyone just follows. It must be the voice. It has to be the voice in order.
How stupid are these people? Look at them. Oh, where are we?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Well, it's the first time they've ever seen anything like this, so I can understand.
Well, yeah, no, that would be like
Yeah.
walking into an arena like this is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, I real quick. I went to Sweet 16 for at Giant Stadium. No, I'm sorry, not Sweet. I'm not Sweet 16. It was a bar mitzvah for one of those at Giant Stadium. I stepped out on the field. It's just like wow.
Were there 60,000 people there?
There were not. There was not one at all. So it was just cool seeing the entire stadium like that.
Did they play Hot Nagila through the South?
I don't think so. I don't remember to be honest. So
I'm gonna raise him up on the chair in the end zone.
So I'm losing my train of thought. Fuck it. Let's just go on. Who else got it? Like that's what I got. Kev, what do you?
So I have something different. So I pretty much said like the scenes in this and all the Gladiator fights, they're all great. You can pick either one because I have a different one. I'm probably a simpleton, and I just went with the tiger fight. Fantastic. I
No.
think next, I think if you talk about like memorable scenes, the moment of him taking the mask off and saying who he is. But I think one of like the big like selling points for this movie,
The tiger. Yeah.
it's just this fucking tiger coming out.
Especially when he's like so close to clawing him in the back.
Well, I mean, the tiger jumps on him.
Yeah.
The one time too. So
But there's the one like where it's literally like
right next to him. It's right before the one that jumps.
Yeah,
back
just
and
like
jumps on him, too. Yeah.
looks like it almost scratches him, and everybody's like,
But it's a cool it's a cool moment. They say, "Oh, we brought the fucking old champion out of retirement. He's got that fucking badass like lion or tiger helmet on. Also, I guess it's supposed to be tiger for Tiger Seagal or whatever. So, but
that guy definitely killed people because he had a teardrop tattoo on that thing. So, you know,
But I
badass back in the fucking
if I was
BC
gonna pick that,
era.
then I would also then go with the Battle of Carthage one. I think those are probably the two coolest fights. I think the Tiger one and the Carthage one, just because the chariots are awesome in the first
Yeah,
one. Also,
and the Battle of
fucking
Carthage is on right now.
Swords sticking out of the goddamn tires. And that one woman doesn't remember.
I see.
Anyway, so yeah, I would go if I was gonna pick one scene, I would go with the tiger fight.
Okay. All right. I got it. So it's listen. You go with the entire movie as a scene. You'd be fine. You're winning this. There's probably not any. You know what? I'd have to say I'm gonna guess that Brian's probably worst characters is the little kid, and any scenes that little kid is in is pretty stupid. Gladiator, are you the one they call Spaniard? Can I see your what are those things on your horses on your chest?
After
Anyway.
you brought up before, I was gonna say actually, I think one of it's not the best scene, but I think it's still a good scene the first time the kid meets Maximus through the bars basically. And you see Maximus is trying to put together like who the fuck this kid is. He's like, oh, you're named Lucius after your dad. Eh?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I banged your mom, I think.
Maybe you're my son.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he ever thought about that, but we could see.
Time frame matches.
Yeah. You have a son as 6 years old? I have one as 6 years old. What else? Okay. Can't go. My computer's stuck. All right. Can't go wrong with any of those. So, all right. Moving on. Best character. Randy Watson Award here. Who are we going to give the. Hands down, Russell Crowe wins the movie. Joaquin Phoenix's character, right there. Phenomenal. What else? Who else is gonna win? Who came off the bench and fucking tore it up? I know we're watching the scene where they're fighting.
Yeah.
There's a Carthage battle scene, what's
All
going
right,
on.
so it's tough for me to say who could be, but I'm gonna go with two choices. I'm either gonna go Cicero or Juba.
I went Juba. I liked him.
I have two different answers.
Okay. Let's
The
go,
one
Kev.
isn't a real answer. I'm going to say Tigris again, just because badass helmet and part of the badass fight. Also. If we're going for an actual character, like you said, Maximus is the best character, and Commodus is still, even though he's a shit person, he's still a cool character.
Yeah, for sure.
The one I'm going for is like not a side character. He's in the movie. I went Proximo.
Yeah, I could have went that route too.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Proximo was fantastic.
He's funny at the very beginning when you first meet him. He's got those two gay giraffes.
Yeah. well, we don't know. We don't know they're gay yet. Oh, he did say they're gay. They're queer.
They're queer.
I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I forgot about that terminology.
Anyway, what was I going to say? When you first see him, you imagine he's just going to be like a prick and an asshole. Basically, he's the guy that bought him, but he turns into his mentor. Basically,
Yes.
all the way through. He's got some good moments, some good quotes. And if I was going to go with either of the other two guys, I think Juba would have been the one instead of I can't remember the other guy's name. It's not Hegel. I said that before.
Hagen.
Hagen. Yeah. He's the former
I
trainer, I
went
guess.
Proximo. For again, not a main character, not one of the principal characters you would think of. That's who I went with.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. The Juba or Proximo. Proximo, I said it's true. He actually became his mentor because he did all the gladiator fighting things going on, and he taught him. He's actually saying, "You win the crowd, you win your freedom." Hence, that's how he got out. He knew he probably aged out.
It was literally right after
as well.
the Are You Entertained scene. He's like, hey, maybe we don't be a dick to the audience.
Yeah, yeah, because you could obviously tell they
Those
love
people
you.
spent money on admission. You can't keep pissing them off.
Yeah, it's like you're a great killer, so why don't you take your time and show them like a good thing but the fact that they still.
I'll tell you this: you still got to respect Cicero because the man died for him.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt, give respect is due. He all the way till the end, and he just
Watching Commodus stick his
yeah.
tongue
Commodus, he's like all excited.
out.
Yeah, it's like an 8-year-old at a fucking what is it, a monster truck fucking
Rally.
Yeah, go get him, Gravedigger. Yeah. Dad, can I have another Coke? I was like, God damn it, Billy, you done had 13 already. All right. I don't know why I went with that accent, but okay.
That boy ain't right, I tell you what.
All right, and now moving on. Worst character, Adrian Balboa Award. Are we gonna change this to the Connie Award?
Fungal you.
Or the Jenny.
Yeah,
The Jenny.
Jenny. Yeah, she's pretty shitty too. All
Or
right.
Grandpa Joe. Fucking assholes.
Grandpa Joe.
Yeah. Willy Wonka.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was
Yeah,
gonna say Grandpa Joe.
yeah.
Joe is the kid's name.
Grandpa Joe's been sick the entire time. Second is golden ticket.
You got a golden ticket? Motherfucker can walk.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God, cured
Four
my.
of us were in the same bed, couldn't get out. But
Cured-
I'm good now.
You've been out making money all these
Yeah,
years, but
cured my COVID.
I'm good now. Good now.
So I got you. All right, so who we got? I'll tell you this. I'll wait for you guys because I have probably an answer you guys never would have thought of.
Well, I'm going to get yelled at, so let's get it done with. I didn't know this was a pro-Commodus podcast, so I had him as the worst character. And I'm not saying that because I don't like Joaquin Phoenix. I'm saying if you don't like the character, he's like a non-intimidating, like, wannabe, try-hard emperor. You see
Oh,
him
yeah.
in battles.
Yeah.
After the big battle, he's like, oh, am I late? Did I miss the battle?
Yeah, he's
There's a little, like, training sequence.
Yes.
You feel that afterwards,
oh,
like,
and
after
everyone, it's like the negative like 7 degrees,
Yeah.
and everyone's
Yeah.
shirtless. So let's fuck it. What is this? It's like the volleyball scene in Top Gun. So like, why? But it's like, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good volleyball scene. So it was
He walks out, he's looking around.
like everyone's nipples all hard because it's so cool. So yeah, it sucks.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Joaquin Phoenix is the worst person in the movie or anything like that. It's not. It's just that I just don't like his character, and it's America. I do not like people. America, fuck yeah.
This is true. Yeah, without a doubt, Commodus is such a shitty fucking. He's just a piece of shit. But the fact that Joaquin Phoenix played him so well.
Yeah.
This is where like you love this is how you know he's a good actor because you hate the character so much.
But I can appreciate that Joaquin Phoenix does a good job. of
Yes.
making me not like
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna go and send hate mail like I'm gonna fuck you, kill you, communists.
Well, I might do that.
So
I'm
Who
gonna
you
go
got,
with
Brian?
the senator that was on communist side. I don't know if that was Gaius or
I don't remember their names.
the one, whatever it was. The senator that was his like right hand man.
Yeah.
So that's my
It
vote.
says it's Falco is his name.
Oh, Falco.
Falco.
Okay.
Oh, I think. Oh, Gaius was the.
Communist, but he helps communists to consolidate his power.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. The famous quote. Oh, and Lucilla stands up. Oh my God. The man of my
I
dreams
almost
is
voted
living.
for her.
Yeah, she sucks. The fact that in the beginning where
She didn't really do shit.
No, she didn't. She's like how she's so vile.
Have you wept for your father?
your father? And
Your
Look,
father.
he's got bitch lip going.
he turns. He's like, what do we do? What do we do? I tell you, mine is actually very similar and close to Brian. I went with the entire Senate because you know what? Fuck the government. Because when is the government actually good in anything? Like they always suck. They're not for the people. They're always out for themselves. And it's like, oh dear guys, has anyone eaten has the poor people eaten as well as you, or has anyone Baracus over there had as many good whores or mistresses as you have?
Yeah,
and shit
yeah.
like that. So it's like, yeah, motherfucker, fuck the Senate.
It's so weird that Aurelius was like, "Oh, Maximus, we're gonna have you be in power, and you're going to straighten out the Senate and give it back to the people." It's like, wow, that sounds like a shitty idea. You're gonna have these people that are all like the
Yeah.
worst people imaginable. Oh, let them take over. They'll be fine.
Yeah. So, and pretty much, yeah. Any of these are good. Like I don't know. It's not really like a bad.
Sorry to cut you off, but this was like the smartest thing that he did. And right now, in the movie we're watching, it's the speech part just ended, and it
The
comes
reveal,
up
the
to
big
the reveal, and then it was like, should he live or should he die? And the thing is, he didn't want to make him a martyr, So that was good that he let him live. That's like one of the only smart thing that he did with him.
Listen, Comics was high in the polls at that point.
Yeah.
he
Make a
was.
photo like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
Oh, he lost it right then and there
Yeah.
because
He's like,
literally.
He was
Maximus-
up 6 points. Next
Yeah.
day he's down fucking 30. He's like,
Yeah.
Jesus. And Maximus is up. He's like in the new race. It's like,
Those goddamn YouGov polls.
excuse me. All right. So, okay. You know what? I would like to officially nominate also that shitbag. Is it Quintus? Is the other guy?
That was Maximus's other fucking general and
Yeah.
sold out, and then comes back to him at the end. Like,
Yeah.
but
kinda
he
helps
he
out.
acknowledges him here. He's like, they do the strength and honor part, and he looks at him and he just like, okay, but he just I don't know.
But you remember, like you
He's
just.
a politician. He's playing both sides.
Yeah, he
That
is.
way
Yeah.
He always comes out on top.
Well, he's now the head general.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, he took over Maximus' spot. So
Yeah.
he just wanted a promotion. He knew he was going to get it because Maximus is
general of
such
the
a
Felix Legions.
badass. So he could have gotten a head general if Maximus was in charge. Because guaranteed. But now he's whatever. Fuck him.
He's right. I am vexed. I'm
Yeah.
very vexed.
Yeah. All right. So BTS behind the scenes. All right. So Joaquin Phoenix ad-libbed his scream of "Am I not merciful?" to Connie Nielsen, and she wasn't expecting it, and her frightened reaction was genuine. That's later on in the movie towards the end. Let's see. Originally, Maximus was supposed to fight Proximo in the Colosseum after being captured, probably as a pendulum blow from Commodus Oliver Reed's death forced a rewrite. I want like that.
That would have been interesting.
It would, but it would have been shitty. Because look, he's just too old.
Would you ever have bought Proximo actually?
No, it would have been shitty. It would have been
Unless
like
they put him on horseback and shit like that, and Maximus was just on the ground.
on the ground,
Right
like
on the high ground.
like his way. Like oh god, like his one hand tied around his back.
But
Like,
he
no.
already beat fucking 4 people on the high ground earlier in the movie.
Yeah, and right enough like the escape scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
minor leagues.
Yeah. So like as much as that would have been whatever, but it's just no, that never would have made sense. I'm glad they got rid of that. Well, this is only because he was dead, but anyway. So this is Russell Crowe's favorite of any American movie that he has done. He also cites Maximus as his favorite role.
Favorite American movie.
Yeah, well, he's a
I know
from
he's
Australia.
Australia, so what Australian? I don't care.
Yeah, they're not good probably. So the fact that that's going on. So all right, so here we go. The Germania battle sequence took 20 days to complete. Joaquin Phoenix was incredibly nervous on set. He asked Russell Crowe to rough him up before their big scene together to psych Phoenix up. Crowe was at a loss. He went to Richard Harris for advice. Mate, what are we going to do with this kid? He's asking me to abuse him before takes, he said. Harris replied, let's get him pissed. Over the course of several hours and several pints of Guinness, Crowe and Harris relaxed their co-star.
Oh yeah, you beat the shit out of this.
Oh, you fucked him up. Put up your dukes. All right, so Maximus Tattoo, SPQR, stands for Senatus Populus, I can't even say it, Populus Romanus, which translates to the Senate and the Roman people. This was one of the main slogans of Rome throughout its history and can still be seen in modern times on manhole covers. Oh, interesting. All right. I just threw it in there. I didn't read all these stuff like that. I just threw them in there. Looks cool. Okay, so this is this one I actually read thoroughly. Like modern day athletes, ancient Roman gladiators did product endorsements. The producers considered including this in the script, but discarded the idea as unbelievable. Because they were they researched a lot when doing this stuff like that. So I'm like, fuck. This is what would okay. So as we got that, what would be some of the products they got going on? Like what would you think during this time frame? Like
fucking sandals.
Yeah, like
these are the Nikes of sandals over here.
Like it's I don't know what commercial marketability is there. There's no brands.
Well, it could
say here, you want to have a good time, have wine.
Yeah, it could be.
Just wine in general.
Well, it could be like whatever tavern is popular at that time frame, like what's going on. It could be like I am bought from slave trader fucking Hector over there, and Hector only produces the finest slaves. I've won 7 battles already, shit like that.
Come on down to the Coliseum.
Yeah, come on, yeah. So like, do you like my fur pelt? That's there. So because there's more to it, like the Coliseum, like they would actually used to fill it with with water?
Water to do naval battles.
Yeah, naval battles. So it's like, come on down to Bob's Shipbuilding and they can outlast fucking 5 shots of cannon, or I don't know.
Kids have like when we grew up, we had like the little Skeletor's castle and stuff like that. The little kids
Castle Grayskull.
Coliseums.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
They have little toy boats.
yeah, they fucking they sell them like the little.
Do they
props.
have a bobblehead night? little Maximus bobblehead.
Just give away the heads of the people that got cut off the day before.
This is where I wish I had the Yankees theme. It's like, come on out to Old Timers Night at the Coliseum of Rome. If you were alive during the first battle of fucking. Yeah.
Instead of like how the guy would be like, now batting number 2, Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Yeah, John and
Yeah.
yeah. Imagine John and Susan fucking the Yankees play calling this and everything like that.
Oh,
well, you know, John.
Cut off his head. It is high. It is far. It is. It's caught.
Yeah.
5 feet away from the water.
Yeah. The Spaniard, Hanyard, Maximus.
And his insides are out, John.
Yeah.
His insides are out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, his insides are supposed to be on the inside, so you can tell that's not what he wanted there.
Yeah. I don't know how he's going to continue with this one, John. It looks pretty gruesome.
The rest of the country who listens to this podcast has no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
I think a lot of the country knows that John Sterling fucks up calls a lot.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes, the internet's always true. All right, so moving on. So the movie started shooting, without a lock screenplay in place. According to Russell Crowe, the initial draft was so bad that when he was approached for the lead role, not even the producer wanted to send him a copy, afraid that he wouldn't respond to it. Crowe was instead urged to meet with the director, Ridley Scott, first. Unbeknownst to the producer, Crowe had already obtained a copy of the script and disliked it, but was won over by Scott's take on the project as well as countless rewrites. I can imagine the shit. Like, what could it be? Gladiator fight, Gladiator die. It's like, I'm not doing this shitty ass movie. Like, what do you expect? So,
me fight good.
yeah.
But he won a Best Actor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. This movie's phenomenal. Look at it from start to finish. There's not like, what's a bad scene that's in there? Even this scene where he actually gets, like they're like, General, here's your food, and it's like, oh shit, is it poison? And the guy's like, everyone's like, yeah. Jubo's like, don't eat it. Hagen's like, I'll try it. And he fucks with them. This is probably the only funny scene in the entire movie that's going on. He's like, Yeah, he's pretending to choking and shit like that. That's there.
Look at the pythons on him.
Yeah. Even his neck muscles are like the size of fucking Maximus's arms. All right. Anyway.
It would have been better if he just dropped dead right then and there.
5 seconds later.
Everybody's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he probably got like dysentery. Oh, the black shits, cholera. I see. All right, so moving on.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Can The Rock make this movie better? Before we move on, before we forget his name, Hagen, I said make him Hagen. Just, that's it. I didn't know his name was at the time. I'm
You
like
could probably fill him in for just about like
any gladiator, yeah.
gladiator
Yeah.
role.
I would just,
And I was
yeah.
saying it would have been perfect because this is 2000, so it's like right like in the middle of like the Attitude Era,
Oh,
Attitude
yeah.
Era for WWE.
This
So,
is when he was the Scorpion King.
yeah.
That's exactly what it was. So,
Like, yeah,
oh,
can
it's
he be in
starting.
this movie? Absolutely. You can throw him anywhere.
Yeah.
But does it make the movie better?
no.
There's
No.
I don't think anything.
No.
If anything, I think the best role for him would be the former champion.
That's what I thought.
Could
too.
be.
Be a great reveal
yes,
when the
yeah.
helmet comes off.
Yeah, or a tiger.
Yeah.
Just have, yeah,
No, an actual
a
tiger.
tiger.
Yeah, him on all fours going. Rah!
Yeah, they do. All the tigers come out. And the last one he jumps on is actually the Rock.
Yeah.
And he gets on the rock bottom.
You smell what I'm cooking.
People's elbow over
All
here.
right,
What?
So, should there be a sequel or franchise TV series as this one?
There's been rumors of a sequel.
Yeah, there was a sequel, and then I honestly I read something where we're going on for in 2021 a new sequel coming up and stuff like that.
They said
So-
Crow was willing to do it too. Like,
No,
which-
he's done. He can't do any more after
What
this.
was the point of the
I
movie
can't see.
be? What
So
obviously
I don't know.
I saw something. I read something quickly where it might be like the little kid has grown up. They're looking. He's supposed to find out who his father is, who he really is, or something like that. So and there was like supposedly I don't know. It has to be something that has to do with the actual games of being gladiators.
Mm-hmm.
So because something that has epic storyline as it won't be as good as this because this is a great storyline. General, slave, gladiator, like one Rome. You can't beat that. Without a doubt, you can't be better than that. So if this one, the second movie, without a doubt, will fail. It won't be as good, and we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to see it, but whatever. But the TV shows, as we talked about before, has spun off. Like one Spartacus, loved it. I wish our special guest was supposed to be Shane. Did Shane get back to us or not? No. All right, he's busy working. We would have a great segment about who's better, Maximus or Spartacus. So.
But you could, when we were just talking about this before, who was the best gladiator out of all of them? Maximus, Spartacus, Crixus, or Gannicus. So, I don't know. I mean, Kev, I know you haven't watched the show, but yeah, like all these guys embrace the gladiator life, especially like Crixus and Gannicus was the fucking man, fucking guy.
Does the show go into any of like the camaraderie among the other gladiators, like this one kind of does with Maximus and with Hagen and Juba?
Yes.
The other ones go into like kind of like an honor code among.
Yes and no. Like there's an honor code between them, but there's also like a little bit of rivalry because everybody wants to be the top sort of gladiator. Like they want to be the champion. Like, you know.
Everybody wants to make the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, when you find out before, like Spartacus, before he becomes champion, it's Crixus, and it's like it's his world, and he fucking owns it. So he's, you know, the house that they're in, you know, it's like Crixus could do no wrong, you know, and it's like, oh, he gets everything. He's, you know, he's the man, and everybody wants to be that, but you know, like there's still an honor among those guys that have been there for years, you know, because they're slaves. They're not, you know, you live there until you die, basically. They're, you know, you're not. It's very rare that you win your freedom from what happens, from what, you know, all that shit goes.
So basically, all those guys came up through the minor leagues together.
Yeah.
So there's camaraderie there.
Yeah.
But they're all also.
But they're all, yeah.
They're rooting for each other, but they all want to be the best.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't know. It's tough. Like
I guess you can see that with Hagen here, because when he first goes to wherever in Africa, he's
the head guy.
The big guy
Yeah.
there.
And that's
Almost as soon as the first battle starts in Rome, he's like, no, we'll let Maximus take over.
well, no. Even then,
Yeah.
he still kind of looks at it like he's still the guy, And all of a sudden he's like, oh, well, then when he realizes, like, Maximus knows what he's fucking doing. Like, he knows the fucking strategy, you know, like how to beat somebody.
Yeah, this
you
is
know.
like an actual true battle.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like us like fighting.
I could
some other
overpower
goons.
somebody, yeah.
Fantastic
Yeah.
helmet on Tigris here, by the way.
Yes, I like it. Here comes The Rock jumping on top of him as the tiger.
Look at him, he's cheering. He's not doing shit.
So I stepped out really quick. So, but I'm assuming you told everyone like the difference of what they're going on and of what each gladiator is.
Yeah.
So, to be the overall, I'd have to say when you compare all of them together, Spartacus and Maximus are very close. They're very similar in builds, like, because they both don't give a shit about being a gladiator. They want their freedom and they want to do what's going on.
Yeah, but at the same time, but that's true. But at the same time, they get entrenched in the lifestyle.
Yes,
and,
they
and
do.
then they're like, they want to get the freedom. You know, like Spartacus wants freedom, and then he ends up leading a revolt.
Yes.
You know, and then same thing here with Maximus. You know, so it's very similar, but just like overall Gladiator, I think you may have to give it to Gannicus. Like he was
okay.
fucking
So I'm
man.
just saying those two are very like I'm saying there's different styles.
Yeah.
So there's the two who are like don't want to be gladiators but will use it to their benefit for freedom and shit like that. Then there's Gannicus who is like I fucking love killing people.
Everything about being a gladiator.
And I'm a fucking celebrity and I'm banging chicks like wealthy bitches like they're like thousandaires at that time.
Yeah.
And they're coming down to me, and I'm banging them, and I love it. I'm drinking, I'm getting laid, and I'm a celebrity. Plain and simple. This is me. Then you have Crixus, who is a combination of both.
Mm-hmm.
Like he finds his true love, but he also likes being a gladiator, and he's good at killing. So
Yeah.
like he was like I'll follow whatever they say. I'll do what needs to be done, and I'll entertain the crowd and stuff like that. But I'm powerful enough where I can have my own life where I want to like. You know, have my wife and have my life, but this is my job. So, to be the best gladiator, Gannicus, hands down. He's the rock star.
Well, I disagree.
He's the fucking rock star of all this, but the one who I like the most, I think it's Spartacus. He's just.
We're talking season 1 Spartacus.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm sorry. So season 1 Spartacus, if you've seen that show, season 1 Spartacus, the guy literally he was in cancer remission, did it all. He was fucking ripped.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately it passed away after season 2, because his cancer came back and it just overtook him. It's phenomenal still. The guy who replaced him, amazing guy, but it's just that you had huge shoes to fill.
If he was in from the beginning, I would have been fully in. I would have been like, but just to live up to the build of what the guy did previous to him is like,
there's no way you can do it.
Yeah.
But I just like that story. Like as awesome as the story of this one is, that one maybe it was over like I don't know like 20 episodes I guess it was like 10 each season.
Spartacus?
Yeah.
The first season?
Yeah.
It's probably only 10 to 12.
Yeah, 10 to 12. It was like, it wasn't as much as like a normal season would be. So I said,
no, because it's one of the, like,
it
was a network show. It was Stars.
Yeah, so it's probably like a 20
No,
episodes.
not even,
I'm saying like
12.
for the first 2 seasons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's why his character's a little more fleshed out what's going on. Just barely beats out Maximus, though. So, all right. So that's what we got for going on. And, all right. So, I don't know what we're doing. Final thoughts, gentlemen, gladiators, strength and honor, to Elysium, whatever you want to do. To another beer.
Yeah.
I'll go first. So again, for me, I'm not saying that I like this movie. It's just not one of my like all-time like personal favorites that I would go to again and again. I can watch it and recognize it's a great movie. For whatever reason, I guess because of me being a dick and not wanting to watch it at first. Lessened the impact of seeing it originally right away. So.
Well, that's your fault.
I stand by my reasons.
You emos, POS. Yeah.
Yes, my edgelord reasons. It's a good movie. Like I said, I'd say it's probably like an 8.5. And like I said, between this and like what Brian mentioned, Braveheart, I would take Braveheart every time over this, basically. But this is still a good movie.
Was Braveheart a blockbuster, or did they come out there like a block?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it was a summer blockbuster, but it was a blockbuster.
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Blocker. Let's go look up really quick while you're talking.
All right, go ahead. But
Uh,
Brian can give his more important thoughts on it since he likes it.
No, well, like I said earlier, like this is my second favorite movie of all time. So no matter what, I'm gonna watch this movie. This is where I feel like Russell Crowe really became a superstar, and this put the path for Joaquin Phoenix to become a superstar. These two performances were absolutely amazing. The whole movie, the whole story of everything, just flows. It's the combination of like the CGI that they had to use for Rome and a couple little things here and there, and with just like the actual like shooting of the movie just seems to work like perfectly, like seamless. Like you don't really like obviously you can't go to Rome and fucking see the Colosseum. Like you can, but it's not to that extent. So
It's in
like,
shambles.
yeah.
falling apart.
But it, you know what I'm saying. It's just like, how they recreated it was really fucking impressive, and the story itself was really good, and I just like everything about it. And like I said, the performances put it over the top for me, and fantastic movie.
Yeah, I have to agree with Brian. Before we move on, Braveheart was in 1995, and it was in May 24th. It was released. So
I'm sure
interesting.
it grossed, but it was a blockbuster when it came.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's grossing 75.6 million U.S., 210 worldwide. So.
But that's huge for that.
Oh
time.
yeah, that's 95.
Yeah.
All right.
He won Best Picture and
Yeah.
Best Actor.
Did
Or no, I did no
Best
Best Director.
Best director.
Best
all
Director.
right, calm down.
Yeah, okay,
calm
yeah.
down. Let's worry about that when we do the Braveheart. So we're hands down. We're gonna do a Braveheart podcast. So let's just hold your horses, bitches. All right. So, as I said, staying from the beginning, whenever I see this movie, I have to. This is one of the movies where I have to stop and watch from the beginning because it's just that good to me, and it always holds a special place in my heart because. Maybe because the reason why I have to watch from the beginning is because what we saw our dad. And he loved like just the arrow scenes remind me every time. Where he's like, "Oh, I can hear the arrows," and we the beginning scene we watched for like 50 times in 10 minutes trying to fix the audio on it. So, maybe that's why the reason why I watch it. If whenever I talk to my shrink and they'll let me know that's what's going on. Yeah, some hidden Freudian something. But again, this movie's fantastic. Everyone phenomenal acting. Everyone was great. Great storyline. The cinematography was amazing. Just seeing Rome of what it is, and even when I forgot as we're watching, as they're coming into the Rome for Games, Proximo's people, you see you're on the outskirts. You see there's the fields of corn and wheat, whatever they're growing. Then you can see the Colosseum in the background. It's just massive. If they just do an aerial shot of everything, I would have been like 10 minutes of a drone flying through Rome. I would have loved it. But, it didn't happen. Maybe one day it can happen or not. So we'll see. And that's it for us on this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us on Twitch. Really appreciate bringing this content to you as much as we enjoy viewing and drinking it, this movie. Our next episode will be... we have no idea. Oh, wait a minute.
No. What?
I thought it was Shane.
Oh,
I think I had
he literally just texted, "Sorry, bro, Crime didn't call in sick tonight."
Of course. No, it never does. I know.
Yeah.
I know. So, yeah, I would love to have Shane on this. We'll talk about this really a little bit further. But that's it. If you want to be part of the show, check us out on our website, reelsbrewsbros.com. Follow us on all our social media. And that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again, and cheers.